Or- Okay. Today we have Hedy Jaoude from London, UK. Hi, Hedy. How are you? How are you? Yeah.
I am fine. I'm so excited to be here with you.
Finally, yeah, I really love your energy, your videos. I'll try to stay at your level. I don't know if I can do that, but you're really smiling. I really see a lot of GitHub things. So we show all of them in these videos, a little by little. Yeah, sometimes you put something. Yeah,
I had something somewhere. I've lost it. Oh, here it is. There we
where
go.
are you? Wow, wow, that's great. That's great. We also know, yeah, how did you get all of them? But yeah, first of all, can you please tell us a little bit more about yourself, because we don't know each other. So I'm really honestly interested in to know your story. We'll talk about his YouTube channel. We have so many things to talk about. We talk about open source. Yeah, so let's get started. Yeah.
Awesome. Just want to say thank you so much for having me on your channel. I'm really excited to have this conversation with you and get to know each other, because like you said,
Yeah.
we haven't really geeked out before. We've chatted and conversed a bit on Twitter, but
Yeah.
it's very different when you actually chat to someone. You can really get to know them. And you mentioned open source and GitHub, so I'm like super excited
Yeah.
to do this.
Yeah.
So a little bit about me. So let me go back. I'm quite old. Let me go back 20 years. So I was at university 20 years ago. I did electronic engineering, and we did a little bit of coding then, but I really hated it. Like, it was so theoretical and just so like sort this data. Like, it was pointless and it was taught badly. I really didn't like coding. I actually tried to get out of all my coding modules. And then after university, undergraduate degree in electronic engineering, I did advanced electronic engineering. And I had a mentor in coding that was a bit better. And well, actually, they were very good, but a bit better in the coding side, made it a bit more exciting for me. So I started to enjoy it. I started doing more like simulations, trying to do without getting too geeky in that side, but a bit kind of radar focused. And it was really interesting to see what materials and what objects were hidden by the radio, what were discovered by the radar, sorry, not radio, radar. And I started enjoying coding a bit more. And that was quite interesting. And then I came out of university and I got a job in electronic engineering, and I really didn't enjoy it. It wasn't very fun. And a friend of mine who was a coder who did computer science at the same university as me said, "Well, let's just build a small website together." And wow, did my life change. I mean, I was like, this is coding. I'm actually building something I can actually see, I can share it with people, other people can appreciate it. I mean, my world just changed overnight. I was addicted. Every spare minute I'm watching a movie, I'll still be on a laptop trying to code some things. The movie is kind of like secondary, or the TV or whatever it was. And everything changed from there. I got into coding and eventually got got my first kind of junior role, and things snowballed from there. And then I got a few kind of clients on the side. And then I got discovered open source. So now we're probably about 12 years ago, I discovered open source. It was a very different landscape to what it is now. Now we have GitHub, we have code of conduct, we have so many amazing things. Back then, there was no Git, there was no GitHub. People had their own servers. You had to get permission to get access to their servers. You had to sign all these documentations to say you weren't going to own or charge them for the work that you do for them, and had to set up all these keys all over the place. It was quite a minefield. But I still enjoyed it. And like everybody, I started by contributing documentation, fixing typos, and making improvements that way. And then it just snowballed from there. And yeah, it was just open source has just changed my life. It has been amazing. And as you mentioned, I have a YouTube channel. I started about 3 years ago. And again, that was really life changing for me, because not only do I get to meet lots of awesome people like yourself and people in our community, but also helped me get better at public speaking, helped me get better at telling stories, explaining things. I did a lot of public speaking before, maybe 3-4 years prior to that, but I always got really nervous, and I always, I don't know, struggled to tell my story. I've still got lots of improvements to make. So those people who are watching and laughing, I know I've still got lots of improvements to make, but I have got better. And I definitely look back at my videos like a year ago, or even actually 2 months ago. I think, wow, who's that joker? Just like we do on GitHub, right? We look back at our code a month ago and we're thinking, what idiot wrote this? And I go, oh, that was me. So yes, it's been a roller coaster, but it's been amazing. And I think if people want to have like two key takeaways from my story is, I wish I started an open source sooner, and I wish I started my YouTube channel sooner. So I highly recommend for people to get involved in open source, get involved in the conversation. Open source is not just about code anymore. It's actually about communication and collaboration. And you can learn so many more skills in addition to our technical skills, which are, I think, are actually harder. People refer to these as soft skills. I actually think they're really hard skills. But you can really tell, like when I speak to someone, if I'm interviewing them or just meet someone at an event, I can really tell if they contribute to open source because the way they communicate is very, very different. And we can go into that later on because it's one of my interview kind of questions when I interview people, or just, get to see how they would respond to a PR and so forth. It's really, really interesting to see. But I could talk for hours, so let me know where you want to dive in more to.
No, yeah, I'm listening to this, and as you said, for example, I had this strange approach also to coding. I see. I think that both of us we have not just this crash with coding. It's just been like a slow. We felt in love slowly. Then suddenly we had that haha moment. And finally we felt in love. I had, I think, even a worse experience because I actually was a student of computer science and I didn't enjoy coding. So I had like what I'm doing here. I like math and algorithms, but I don't actually like to code. And I'm here in computer science. So what I'm doing here. And basically, yeah. And then one day I started by myself, even if I was attending lessons because I don't know. I didn't, really felt maybe some lessons, some coding lessons. Computer science degree is not really about coding. It depends, but it has something different approach, maths, as I say, statistics, something different. And then I started to code by myself. When people they say you don't have a computer science degree to coding, I agree with them, even if I have that, because it's not about coding, it's about something different. So so I also had this problem. For me, so it was really a problem because as a computer scientist, I don't know, maybe you expect to find some coding job, something like that. There are other jobs, of course, but you should at least enjoy. And I was also a little bit different from other students that maybe they loved to code and they don't like math. I was the opposite, so I liked the math and not the coding. So I felt really different from other people. And as you said, maybe you needed something practical, a more practical approach. I think that also electrical engineering is not that easy. It has a lot of theory. I think it's not that practical. Maybe I can have an idea. I had a lot of electrical engineers here now. Now I can't remember all their names, but I had like 3 or 4 electrical engineers here. So that's it.
Electronic engineering was really the electronics, like it was interesting, but now things have so changed. Like the boards back in the day were big green boards with all these capacitors and so on, and now they're like tiny chips where everything's done more theoretical. So it wasn't as fun as the brochure, let's say.
And as you say that, in my opinion, you did the right thing. If you have the opportunity to change your job, if you don't like that, you should do that. Sometimes it's not possible. Understand this. Maybe you have some family, some things that you can do that. But if you have the opportunity, as I think that you had, maybe for a small amount of months, you have some months that maybe you can try to do this switch. I think that you did the good decision. You have also a very great.
It was my best decision ever. I mean, I've never really worked a day in my life because I really love what I do, and I think that's really important.
I had here, for example, Dennis Ivey, who left his job, and at the end of the interview, I asked him, "Are you happy about your decision?" And of course, he said, "No, totally, 100%, of course." So I had so many people that I already knew the answer, so I'll make the same answer. I already know the question, I already know the answer. So let's talk more about open source. So I can live by so what can you say, for example, to people who had never contributed to open source? what can, if maybe they would like to, where can we start to do that? For example, I think that
Sure.
I'd never contribute, maybe one time, maybe some years ago, but I can't even remember that. So it's basically as if I've never contributed to that. Sorry for that. Don't hate me, please.
Oh, yeah, so I'm not sure if we can be friends, but I'm going to try, and we're going to change that today. We're going to
Yeah,
change it.
I want to be, but I do because I want to be your friend. So yeah, let's talk about that. Yeah.
So yeah, I mentioned it before that open source, it really is not just about code. It is about communication and collaboration. And I mean this like 100%. In my open source contributions or my open source involvement, I'm not always just coding. You know, I'm replying to issues, I'm raising issues, I'm reviewing PRs, people are reviewing mine. And so it's not just about the code. And also the contributions can be documentation, can be automated tests. People have written books, open source books. Now I know I have an open source book that's open source. Maybe that's like open source Inception, but there are people releasing recipes, and governments are releasing kind of documents that are open source. Even code of conducts now are open source. There's just everything is becoming open source, and it's amazing. So people can get involved by getting involved in the conversation. I know a lot of people say, well, I don't know this technology, or I'm not familiar with this project. And one thing I want to make crystal clear to everyone is they can add so much value by being new to a project or being new to tech. And I don't think a lot of people realize this. So open source is about, as I said, communication and collaboration. And it's about adding value to the project or the community. And that's really important. It doesn't matter how smart someone thinks they are. They need to add value. And someone who's new to the project has a fresh pair of eyes, and they can see things that other people just don't see. You know, they look over it because they think, oh, it's simple, and their kind of mind fills in the gaps. When a fresh person comes to the project, they can say, for example, you've written step 1, great, step 2, great, and then you've gone to step 3, but I think something's missing. Like, how did you get to step 3? And I see that a lot in projects. For example, I work a lot in the JavaScript, TypeScript, Node environment, and people in their steps say, you know, quick start, step 1, clone the project, step 2, npm install. A lot of people do npm install in the parent folder where they would making the clone, rather than say cding into the folder that's just been created from the git clone. And so a lot of people just, you know, that's just a given, right? That's easy. It's easy when you know. I mean, like everything, it's easy when you know how. When you don't know how, it's really hard.
Yeah.
And
So
I highly recommend people. I highly recommend people to add these missing steps, and not only will it help them, not only will it help them get involved in contributing to open source, but also help the people after them. And I think that's where open source really does well and scales. Is that when when someone gets involved, and then someone helps other people get involved. I know a lot of people say, oh, I'm only 1 month or 3 months into my open source journey or my tech career, whatever it is. I say, yes, but there's somebody where you were a month ago. So you're ahead of someone a month ago. And by you giving back to the community, not only does it scale, but also they will learn like so much about how to do things. That's why I love getting Q&A. I think when I used to give talks, be it, you know, before COVID, you know, actual in-person talks or live streams, I used to do like 90% of the time was me giving a talk, and then a very small amount of questions. And now I do it very, very differently. I actually probably only give like 20% of the talk time, and I want like 80% of questions, for 2 reasons. Because I can dig deeper into where people are interested in, but also I feel that I learn so much by people asking me questions, because they might ask it in a different way or spot something that maybe I just glazed over, because again, I just think, oh, that's easy. That's given us to kind of move on to the more exciting, interesting things. And the way people ask it, or I answer it and someone says, okay, you've answered it, thank you very much, but could you say it in a different way? Because I still don't quite get it. And it makes me think. And then I walk away going, you know what? I understand that more because of the questions they ask. And so I love Q&A. And yeah, I just love that. So people who are watching, if you want to get involved in open source, get involved in the discussion, ask questions, make sure the project is inclusive. So, and you might say, well, how can I find a project? So your friends, I'm sure, have got open source projects. they probably have a customized GitHub profile, and they can do that by creating a repo with the same name as their username. So everyone is effectively a project maintainer as well. So just get involved, just, look at someone's project, and with a fresh pair of eyes, you can make a suggestion. If you really want to work with a specific technology, you can go to the search at the top of GitHub, the issue link at the top of GitHub, and you click on that. And then underneath that, you'll have the page of all your issues. But above that, there is a search. So on the page, not in the main toolbar, and you can filter by good first issue, like the label. And then you can also filter by a language, so Python, JavaScript, etc. And then the issues of all these repos around the world will appear. Find one that looks good. And I highly recommend going to the Insights tab on the top of the repo, then go on the left-hand side, go into Community, check they've got a code of conduct, check, they're being inclusive. And one bonus tip, go to the pull requests, go to the closed pull requests, and look for the ones that haven't been merged. So the ones that just got closed. And the reason why I say that is it's really important to contribute to an inclusive project, because if you contribute to a project that doesn't want contributions, then you're going to get demotivated, and it's awful. It happens to all of us. So go to the closed pull requests, find the ones that haven't been merged, and check the comments. If the project maintainer has written, "Thank you very much for this pull request. It's not something we want to do right now. Here are some other issues you can look at that we do want," etc., etc. That is fine. There's nothing wrong with a project maintainer closing a pull request and not accepting it. But if they just close it without a comment and the person doesn't know why or how it didn't get accepted or what improvements they can make, then that's not very inclusive, and it can be very disheartening. So I would definitely check that the project's inclusive.
Yeah, thank you. You have already said so many tips. I don't know if you know. Do you know Matteo Collina, which is a node maintainer? I had him here in like an interview, and he maintains the node project.
Awesome.
So I suggest you also to check him also on Twitter. Yeah,
I'm definitely going to do that afterwards.
I'm proud to say that he is Italian too. He was also in top 10 contributors on GitHub some years ago. And
awesome.
And now please, can we talk about your experience on GitHub? Because I see that you are like a GitHub star, in a literal sense. So please, please, let's talk a little bit about that.
Sure.
Yeah.
So this year I became a GitHub Star, and there are 30 of us now. And it's about contributing to community, helping other people, and GitHub wants to help us help other people, which I think is amazing. And so there are so many amazing stars. Like I said, there are 30 of us now. I think they're going to grow it to be about 300 in total. And you get that position for 1 year, and then I think every year the idea is that there'll be new people coming in. And a few days ago, it got announced that I actually won GitHub Star of the Year 2020. Yeah. So out of those, 30 people were selected out of 55 million people on GitHub. Out of those 30 people, I was selected as the Star of the Year, which I'm still really shocked about, and I'm still trying to comprehend and deal with it, because I have done a reaction video on socials, but it was real time. I wasn't a reaction afterwards. I was actually recording myself while they were announcing it. Wow. And I was just pretty sure that I wasn't going to be me, because there's so many amazing people out there.
I need to watch it. So you are the start of the 30 people.
Yes, I got the number. 1 star selected out of 30.
Yeah, I'm so honored to have you here today. We are basically I think maybe for GitHub you are the first developer of GitHub. Can we say this for GitHub? It's like that. So
I don't know if I can claim.
Now I'm a little bit nervous about that.
I don't know if I can claim that. There are so many amazing people on GitHub generally, and also the stars are epic. Do you want me to show you some of the stars? I can bring them up behind me if you want.
Everything. Yeah.
Let me bring this up 1 second. You can cut this boring bit why I set up out.
I want to see everything. I want to see everything. Yeah.
Okay, so if I do this, you should now see me. Now you should see my screen. I'll make it a bit bigger. These are some of the GitHub stars, and then view all. these are all the stars, so you can filter by country or different contributions.
I see Avessa, which has been here. I published this video 2 days ago.
Awesome.
Yeah. Hamad,
Yeah, there's just so many awesome people. It's
I know some faces. Yeah. I see. Yeah. They are great.
It's
Amazing
really
people.
amazing to be
Jones.
in a Slack channel with these people as well on GitHub. We got invited to the GitHub Slack channel, and we can chat with these awesome stars, and we can also chat with the GitHub engineers. And we have a weekly call where we kind of geek out, and it's brilliant. I'm so honored to be part of this.
And let me tell you that you are really open-minded, because maybe you have won this prize, but you are giving to also the other people. So you are proving your mindset now, because you work like a team. You're giving so visibility to other people. So I think this is paying off so much for you. Really happy to have you here. We could try to have some of them here if they want, because I don't know all of them, because basically I talk with people on Twitter, but I don't know if you want to suggest me someone of them. We can also try to do that maybe in the future.
Sure.
Yeah. Also, I'd like to.
Yeah. So go on. I was just going to say, I'm planning to do a video series in January with the stars. So I want to do a GitHub Stars video series.
Wow, this is great. This is great.
I do have that planning coming up, and I will mention your channel to them as well. So I know some of them are really keen to do more with other YouTubers. So I will mention your channel as well.
Let's call me a YouTuber, even if I'm so small. Thank you for calling me YouTuber. But
you're a YouTuber. We've all been there. We've all been there.
Wow. I need to get used to that, because I'm just a random guy in Italy making videos in my head. So So thank you. Also, you need to tell me how you did that. You put yourself in the corner and they show it your monitor. You are so pro. I barely can put a webcam on my face. It's a great achievement for me, and I don't know.
We can talk about that. I can give you some what do you call it, my setup. We can talk about that. I don't know if now's the right time, but we can talk more about it another time.
Please.
My office is an absolute mess now. You can cut this out if you want, but this is just a quick preview of my temporary office. So I have, the streaming and the recording on my webcam server here, a dedicated machine. And it's usually above me, but my temporary office below this room is having works done to it, new floor and so on. So I'm in a temporary room at the moment. Unfortunately, it's to the side. And I have a green screen behind me, which is how I can put myself in the corner. A couple of lights, camera, teleprompter, and my iMac Pro, and 2 screens on both sides.
Eddie, I'm getting imposter syndrome now, but okay. Thank you for giving for making this to me. So now I want to improve, but So.
Your setup's awesome, though. You have a really good YouTube channel behind you. I see on your screen behind you.
Good. That's the only good thing that I have in my setup now. So
it's taken me to build my office, though. It's taken me probably 6-7 years. I haven't done this in one go. It took me, this is in my office, in my temporary office, and downstairs is a lot better. But it did take me about 6-7 years to set all this up. It takes a lot of time.
When I've seen your camera from behind, I really can feel the struggle of years. I felt that. I felt the struggle, because now maybe it looks so good, but I think it took so much time. So
I will send you a picture of how my office looked before I moved to the temporary room, because it does look a lot better than here.
I loved that like a before and after picture. So you can send me. You can try to put them. So thank you for this. And I think that being open-minded also is good, because you get connected with other people like you. So I think this is one of the best benefits that you can have, because this is also why I'm doing this more YouTube stuff, because now I talk with people so open-minded like you, and this is also it's a huge benefit also for you, and also your lifestyle, what you do in your life.
Absolutely. I think it's really important for everyone in tech to coder or not a coder doesn't really matter, but it's really important to be open-minded, like you said, to be collaborative. I know I mentioned before that when hiring people, I have, I look for certain things, and it's probably not the things that people look for. So I hire for my clients some high street banks to government departments to fintech startups, and I hire for them, but I look for different things that people probably don't think about. So for example, I really like to look at people's GitHub accounts. And that's obvious probably, but I'm not looking for what people think I'm looking for. People are like, oh, look at this repo. It's my best code. It's like, okay, I'll have a look. It's not my highest priority. My actual highest priority is see how people collaborate with other people, as in, how do they comment on someone else's pull request? If they agree with it or disagree with it, that's not a problem at all. But it's how they communicate that, because the same message can be said in so many different ways. And you don't want to discourage people, but you still want to give constructive feedback, and vice versa. I want to see how, when they get constructive feedback, how do they respond? They can still disagree or agree with it. That's not what I'm looking for. It's how they do it. Because I know a lot of people either get upset and they don't agree with it and are quite rude, or the opposite way. They just say, yes, I'll do it. And it's like, well, do you agree with it to do it? Because it is about this collaboration. No one has all the right answers. We work together to get a better answer. And I really believe like raising an issue is the start of the conversation of the idea. And I believe that the pull request, again, is the start of the conversation of what's been done. It doesn't mean it's finished, doesn't mean it's perfect. It's the start of the conversation. And a lot of people at the beginning probably get more comments saying, indentation is not correct, or formatting is not correct. And then, later on, they'll add a linter, or they'll set it up correctly, or whatever it is. And these little conversations kind of go away. And then you focus more on the value add, and you might get one or two comments. And it's important how people communicate. That's one thing I look for. I also I do look at their code today, but not how great it is, more how good or bad it is, and more about, is it better than what they wrote a month ago? That shows me they're still learning. That's more important to me than how amazing it is today. I actually was interviewing someone who had amazing code, like really good code, way better than mine. I was like, wow, this person would be a great person for the project. And we did an interview, went all really well. And then at the end, I said, so if you look at your code a month ago, do you think it's good or bad? I look at my code like a week ago and I think, what idiot wrote this? And that's, I'm the idiot who wrote it. And they replied, I look at my code 10 years ago and it's still amazing. I was like, really? You sure about that? And it just showed they hadn't, they're not open to continually learning. And I just thought, well, actually, they might be good now, but maybe in a few months, they might not be good because everyone's moved ahead and they're still stuck behind. And so I think it's important for people to realize that we've got to be humble about this. Technology is moving so fast. We're all moving so fast. And our points of views change. We learn as a team together, and we grow as a team. And it's important to have a team with the right attitude rather than with the perfect skills. Because if they don't have the right attitude and don't want to collaborate, then they're not going to work well together.
Also, I don't know if you know that, but I come from the sport world. So I've been like a volleyball coach for 20 years. And you can have a very good player, but if she or he is not collaborative, it's not about that. You can have the best player in your team, but especially in volleyball or in other sports team, it's all about team. It's not about the single. If you're good at something, sometimes I make analogies with music. You can be the best guitarist in the world, but if you're not collaborative, if you're not collaborative about making something together, there's not that point. You can be the best coder in the world, but alone, it's hard to do good things alone. You can do something, but it's hard to get good things. We need people. We need people to get to the moon, to get to Mars. You need people to create something good. It's always about community and people. Sometimes we forget about this, about coding. We say like one people do all the stuff, but it's hard. Let's say that it's impossible to do something good alone.
Exactly. I really like your example with the sports. That's a very good example. I really like that. I'm gonna steal that. I mean, borrow that.
Go for that. You can use that.
But you're right. You could be an amazing volleyball or football player, but if you don't work within your team, it doesn't matter. I think that's a really good analogy. I use one for open source. So people ask me a lot, how often should I contribute to open source? And the analogy I use for open source is actually brushing your teeth. The reason why I say this is it's not impressive if someone does 100 commits in one weekend and nothing for the rest of the year. It's about doing it little and often. And same with brushing your teeth, right? People don't not brush their teeth for 11 months. And then on the 12th month, they brush their teeth for 10 hours a day. It's not going to have the same impact. We brush our teeth every day, little and often. We don't think about it, right? We don't panic and go, oh my God, I'm going to brush my teeth today. You just go and you just do it. And open source should be the same, is in you should just go do 15 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever time you've got that day or the next day, and make a small contribution, add a small bit of value. And that could just be replying to someone's pull request or replying to someone's issue. If someone raises an issue, you might say, oh, I like this idea. Or if someone raises a bug, can you replicate it? Oh, I've got that bug too. And this is my setup. This is the versions I had. Great. You're adding value. It's not always just about submitting code. And so I highly recommend everyone who want to get into open source and want to accelerate their career and get the clients, projects, jobs that they want, then they should get involved in open source. They will learn so much. But you've got to do it little and often. It's not impressive to do it all in one go, and it's not healthy either. And if you miss a day, it's not the end of the world. It's like brushing your teeth, right? If you have a terrible day, you got your car broke down, you're stuck out, you come home, you go to bed, you're just wiped out, then you miss that. Your teeth you're not going to wake up and your teeth aren't going to fall out. So it's same with open source. If you miss a day or 2 days, it's fine, but just little and often keep the ball rolling. So when you look over the year that you have achieved a lot, imagine like if you've got a personal project that you want to work on, just every day, just make a small improvement. Just, I don't know, improve one sentence, and over a month, over a few months, you would have made so many more improvements. And if you're thinking about, for example, creating an issue template. So let me give actually a concrete example. Sorry, I want to kind of go on a bit here, but this is the last part, I promise. But for example, someone wanted to create an issue template for our repo. And I was like, great, go ahead and do it. He says, right, okay, give me a few weeks. I'm going to plan it out. I want to write a page. And I'm like, no. There's two things wrong with that. One, it's going to be too big. And two, we don't add value to the project for a few weeks, which means in the open source world, a few months, right? So the best thing you can do, create a file and put one line in it. Oh, but that's not very much. It's better than what we have now, because now we have nothing. So put one sentence in that file and it's adding value already, is number one. And number two, now there's a file, people can contribute to it. Before there's no file, so you can add the file, but if you get more people adding the file, you might get conflicts. So add the file and just add one sentence. Then tomorrow someone else can add another sentence. And funny enough, before you know it, within a week, you've got this awesome file that is so much better than what one person can do. So I highly recommend everyone, whatever it is, just get started, and it will just improve with time.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I also, for example, I like the DevOps word. So what I'm talking about, it's like the continuous integration. So we need to stop, please, with that waterfall approach. Please stop doing that. Please. Yeah. So as you said, small increment, because sometimes maybe, as you said, you can say, oh, let's see in a couple of weeks, but maybe you can come with something, maybe that it was wrong in the beginning. So maybe having feedbacks also is good because people can say, oh, something that maybe it's obvious, but maybe you have worked in the wrong direction for 2 weeks.
Yes, exactly,
that's not
right?
good. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Get feedback sooner. And you can create draft pull requests. So if you raise a pull request, you can put it in draft mode so people know it's not finished, but they know you want to get feedback sooner. And I highly recommend doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, and of course, also is what I'm trying to do with this kind of videos. The very first videos, they are so bad. I did this list with Adrian Tralog. It's not even an interview. But I want also to show people that they can improve little by little. I hope that I'm a little bit better than the 40 days ago, because now I made so many interviews, and now I'm getting, I hope, a little bit better. But that's it. With practice every day, Yeah, not don't want to make them perfect. I'm just talking with people without any script. I had some people that said like script in your interviews, but we get assured that we are not scripting anything right
No,
now.
no scripting. I haven't even
Not
got
at
the
all.
topics discussion.
I'm not reading from anywhere. We're just talking. And yeah, and also one thing also that I totally agree, it's like as you said, so it's about like making a habit, this contribution to open source, for example. Yeah. So yeah, if you do this every day, for example, you have this good habit to take walks and running in the very early morning. For example, today it was like rainy. I went out, I walked like for 2 kilometers, 1 kilometer, and then it started raining. So I had to come back because I hadn't even the umbrella with me. But yeah, I kept my habit to just take walks in the morning. So it was good enough for me for today. It was enough. So I'm making this analogy. Yeah, so I'm sorry, but for example, I don't have this habit to contribute to open source. So I
Not
work for
yet.
this
Starting today, right? Starting
Yeah.
today.
What? Yeah.
You don't have the habit yet, but you're going to start today.
Yeah. I start. I promise to. Yeah, I'll make you proud of myself. Yeah, watch
Awesome.
me because I'll change my habits because I work for this European Space Agency. We have this close.
Wow.
Yeah, we have this. Yeah, suddenly we have this close GitHub project. So I talk about GitHub issues every day, but I can't share them. So I want to change some of these. I want to dedicate some time, maybe some small things because also I had here Matteo Collina, which sometimes he told me like try to contribute to something, please, and I've never do that. Sorry for that, but this will change in the future. And I'll come back with this video and I'll comment. And now I am a different person. So yeah, do you want to say something?
Yeah, I was going to say, can I? It's kind of like what's it called? A selfless plug here, but I have a reason to it. So you should join our Discord community because our Discord community is focusing on getting people contributing to open source, and it's just giving that daily kind of nudge, right? We have a stand-up channel in our Discord where we kind of say, today I'm going to do this, and then yesterday I achieved this, and we try and like have each other a little bit accountable and nudge each other. And if people discover nice projects, they'll say, well, here's a great project. There's some really nice, good first issues. Get started. And we have channels for like Python or DevOps, etc., and so forth. So you definitely stop by and get involved in the conversation. It's really inspiring when you see people saying, "Oh, I made this pull request and it got accepted. Yeah. It's my first one." And it's just like, I don't know, so motivated to see other people do it, and it encourages you to do it as well. So you should come and say hi and get started.
Yeah, I'll do that. You never sent me a direct message with the links, otherwise I would have clicked on that. Maybe
I will do it straight after this. I don't want to send DMs to people to force them to join, but I'll send you one now because I know you want to.
Yeah. We can also put the link here down the video if you want. If you want,
Thank you.
Whatever you want, we can put whatever links you want. I think this is a very good idea. I've started like a Discord server now yesterday also.
Wow, soon. That's cool. Send me an invite. DM me the invite.
And my Discord server is about YouTube, so making videos. So it's focused on that. I don't want to make this so big because, as you said, for example, you have this Discord server with a precise purpose, like contribute to open source. So I think in that case, it works because I've seen so many Discord servers to fail in my life. So maybe we should start small. I don't know how many are there. Maybe many. I don't know how much hold is that. But I think that the idea is to create something that has a aim to help people to do something. So that's it. Easy. I want to focus on YouTube because this is what I want to focus next year. So every YouTuber can join. I think that you are more than welcome. So let's do that. Let's change these two links. I'll be in yours. You can be in mine. Yeah, and that's it. Good. So thank you so much for being here. Can you talk a little bit more about your YouTube channel? What kind of videos? I've seen some of them, but also what's your idea? if you want to talk about your first video, if you want. Dennis Ivy was a little bit awkward. And after this, I'll go on your YouTube channel and I'll watch your first video and I'll comment on that. I promise that. So if you want,
I might have to go and before you watch my first video, I might have to go and unhide some videos. Well, so I started my YouTube channel, I think like, I don't know, 10, 11 years ago, but not in the sense of becoming a YouTuber, but just I had a video that I needed to share with a friend. I just uploaded it to YouTube. I can't remember what it was. It was just some silly thing. And then I think I did another one 6 months later. Again, it wasn't me. It was just some silly video I wanted to share with someone. And then I never touched it till about 3 years ago. Okay. So when you do look back like 3 years, 2 or 3 years ago, when I actually started making videos of me, it's still very embarrassing. I was just like, oh, it was so hard. I think my first proper video, well, I actually really tried to make a proper video, is the one for Gender Pay Gap Hackathon at BuzzFeed. And that was the first video I tried to make properly and I tried to edit properly. It's horrendous. But there's some bloopers at the end, which are quite funny. And it was a good hackathon. And it's quite scary. Sorry, go on.
No. I just want to say one thing. We had here like Ben Howard, Kostakar, a lot of other people, and I'm still looking for the first people that say, "Oh, my first video was perfect, and I had perfect videos since the beginning." I don't think I'll ever get that person.
I don't think so. I mean, even when I look back at my video from like a month ago, I notice improvements that I want to make and changes. I'm still making changes every few videos. You will see a change. Like I had it on my couch and I had it sitting down on my computer and then moving to a green screen. I just changed my style as I learned more. I changed the camera settings. I changed the way I spoke. I did some of my videos where I'd get like really excited, but I spoke too fast and it wasn't easy to follow along. So I've just got a lot better. I found my rhythm, let's say, that's, I'm still going to make changes to it and improvements to it. It's not perfect, but I can feel it's becoming more me, like it's more authentic. It's just me being normal, as if I was talking to you next to me now and we were just, I don't know, having a drink or something. So I think it's definitely got a lot better. My focus of my YouTube channel is open source. Open source and GitHub is my main focus. I do touch on other things, a bit like kind of community and collaboration, which I think is really related. And also I do some unboxings. I get sent so many amazing boxes of swag. If people have seen my socials, I have boxes, small boxes from like this big to boxes that are size of me. It's crazy. And every day I kind of like wake up, I've got more notifications from delivery companies saying got more boxes arriving. So I have another box arriving, I think next week. So it's amazing to get so much swag. So I've still got so many boxes to open. I don't want to do too many unboxing videos because that's not what my channel's about. I want to show people that there are so many benefits. So many benefits that get involved. People, learning, swag, and jobs and careers. So
and I also see an analogy between, for example, videos and contributing to open source, that you don't have to make one thing perfect and maybe just publish, I don't know, one video per year. So for someone it works, but for example, let's say in the usual way, you should just make something, get feedbacks, like people say, I don't know, your sound is horrible, please stay back from the camera. So you get some feedbacks and then you can change, or you can say why you are doing this in this kind of videos. And also, this series it's about that I'm trying now to get a decent light, not a perfect. For example, I had some videos which I was like put like this way, and after 2 videos my spine was hurt, so they say, okay, let's change position. For example, I had to do that to get used. So even making videos can be done with the same approach, with the same mindset. That you get something, get feedback.
That's a good point.
So really, thank you for being here. Congratulations on that. I don't know if you have showed everything. I don't know if you have something else to show. Maybe I don't know if you have.
What do you mean?
No, but GitHub Swag. I mean, I think. You.
I have so much.
You have too much. We need to make a separate video. But this is what you deserve it. Now you have your house full of all this kind of stuff. Yeah. So
Let me see if I can show
yeah.
some what do you call it? Some tweets
Yeah.
that I've made that maybe make it a bit easier to
Yeah.
see rather than me going through the boxes. So
Yeah.
we go here.
That's
So
right.
I'm gonna make this a bit bigger.
I'm jealous
So this
about
is
that.
so if I go this
Yeah.
if I go to this video, so this is the
I've
small
seen that.
box, and then this is the bigger box.
Yeah.
Um,
I love that the idea to put the camera inside the box. You are a genius. You are a genius. Really. Yeah.
Thank you. I stole that from someone on YouTube. I can't remember who it was. I have some
Uh,
pictures, I think, as well. Let me see.
wow.
Okay,
Wow.
that's my claim
I
to
love that.
fame. Do
I
you
love that.
recognize this guy?
No. Maybe.
He's a NASA astronaut,
Ah.
and he was also in the Big Bang Theory.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe. Yes. Yeah. No.
What
Yeah.
else do I have?
Yeah. That's
What
great.
other-
That's great.
There we go.
Man.
There's a picture of me opening one of the
Great,
box
man.
swag box.
Yeah.
Okay, one of the
And we
bottles
are
from
yeah.
GitHub is here.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to show that. And we are also, you are close to Christmas. So get ready for that. Because I think that you'll get something on Christmas for sure. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
I don't know what else have I got. Like, oh, let me click on that.
That's
As you can see,
That's
like, I don't know, GitHub coasters.
Wow.
I've got a cushion
Wow.
arriving apparently
Wow.
next week.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love your faces. You make, yeah, you got even a GitHub mask.
This one is what do you call it? Bootleg. This was made for me by my wife. It made me so happy.
Wow.
Like, I don't know why I've got a picture of a rabbit there.
Yeah. Thank you. This is really great. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I got a GitHub mug.
Wow. Well, no, I think this collection actually has a huge value. So if you keep all of that, yeah, yeah. So
yeah, just so many t-shirts. Like you see my t-shirt in this one. It's like the Iron Man t-shirt. I have this t-shirt. I have like so many different ones. Yeah, it's this is my setup. You know, you asking my original setup, my normal setup. This is what my normal setup downstairs looks like.
No. Well,
so it's a bit more organized than what I have here.
Yeah, well, it was not that bad, I think. Yeah, so
okay, so I won't bore you with any more of that.
No, we are not. Yeah, so thank you so much. Yeah, really, I think it's really different to talk like that because I've seen some of your videos, but now it's different also. Yeah, when I read your tweets now, I can read your voice, your tone of voice. I can really understand what to say. Yeah, so I'll come back on this video. On next year. Yeah, I'll be a good guy. I'll be a good open source contributor.
Yes.
Don't worry about that. Give me some time to set up things. But yeah, so yeah.
No problem. So, take your time. You have till tomorrow.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I have so much time. Yeah. So really, thank you for being here. Yeah,
thank you for having me on your channel. It's awesome.
Have a great day. Best luck with everything. Yeah, I think you're just getting back what you gave. So you gave a lot, and so people now send boxes to you. Yeah, you have to deal with it. Yeah.
I'm actually thinking of doing some giveaways because I have so much swag now, especially stickers. I have like and they're easy to send because they're small. You can put them in an envelope. So I'm actually thinking of doing some live streams to do giveaways because I have so many stickers. I'm thinking of doing that. Yes,
even live stream. So yeah, you have many things to do. So yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thanks for your story. Yeah, we should also. I think I talk this also to me now. So I'm not that person saying not just do that. I like to give an example. Also, when I've been a coach, I'm not like that coach that's like sits and says just do that. I like to do that for first to give example to people. So let's see if I can do this and then show that you can do that even if you start from zero. And yeah, so that's it. Thank you for your kind words. We'll see. We'll come back on this video and we will see if I can do this more, and that's it. So yeah.
Sounds good. I look forward to seeing the video on your channel. Don't forget to edit out all my bad bits. Make me look good, right?
Yeah. But it was kind of good. Let's see.
Kind of good.
Yeah.
It's not building up my confidence. That can go in the blooper section.
Yeah.
The outtakes at the end.
So thank you, Eddie, and see you next time. Yeah. Bye. Good luck with
Thank
everything.
you.
Bye.
Thank you. Have a good weekend. Bye.
Yeah. Let me stop.